prepare an income and expenditure account and balance sheet as on that date from the following information. Here, one receipt and payment account is given for the year ended 31st December 2010, and the items are receipt and payment accounts to opening balance, cash, bank, subscription, fees, interest, donation, and etc. And books, equipments, all are given here. Also, they provide the additional information. Today, we are solving a full-fledged question. First, we need to read the additional information and mark the items related with this information. First point, outstanding subscription of last year was 500 and for current year it was 800. Subscription received in advance last year was 300 and during the current year rupees 1100. So this is the adjustment related to the subscription. So we can mark here in subscription. Put a mark here. Second one, during the year wages amounted rupees 700 were paid for year 2009 and rupees 300 were arrears for year 2010. Advance wages paid during 2010 were rupees 600 and 2009 it was rupees 400. So this adjustment is related with the wages. Put a mark near wages. The next, on 1st January 2010, club had building of rupees 40,000 and equipments of rupees 10,000. So this also adjustment related with the building and equipments. So we can put a mark near the building and equipments. Next, depreciation on building is provided at 10% and on equipment rupees 20% per annum. So put one more mark near building and equipments because this is related with the depreciation. Okay. One more item is here in receipt and payment account. By fixed deposit in bracket date 1/4/2010 rupees 10,000. Here also we need to put a mark because we need to verify the interest. Okay, just put a mark here. In this question, we need to prepare one income and expenditure account and two balance sheet, current year balance sheet and previous year balance sheet. So first we can draw income and expenditure account and current year balance sheet and previous year balance sheet. Now let us start. The first item in receipt and payment account, receipt side, to opening balance, cash 3,000, bank 5,000. The opening balance we will not enter in the income and expenditure account. This opening balance we will enter into balance sheet. Okay. This opening balance of cash and bank is related with the last year. So this we can enter in previous year balance sheet. Correct. And balance carried on also is there. Closing balance also there. This closing balance is related with the current year. So this we can enter in current year balance sheet. This is the previous year balance sheet as on 31st December 2009. Here we can enter cash rupees 3,000 and bank rupees 5,000. This is the current year balance sheet as on 31st December 2010. Closing balance of cash and bank we will enter in asset side, cash 2,500, bank 1,100. Here both cash balance and bank balance we adjusted or recorded. Balance brought down in previous year balance sheet and balance carried down in current year balance sheet. Now all entries in between balance brought down and balance carried down we need to post. First entry, subscription. It's a receipt, so it will enter in income side of income and expenditure account. But here there is a mark. That means some adjustment is there. So the amount I will write in inner column, rupees 16,000. There are 4 adjustment related with the the subscription. So I will give some space here because all adjustment we can check together. Okay. The next item is fees. It is a receipt. It will enter here fees rupees 1100. Next, interest. This also an income, but here we need to verify the income or we need to verify the interest. So I will write this amount in inner column rupees 550. Next, life membership fee. It is not a revenue nature or revenue income. It is capital nature. It is a liability. But one question is arising here, that is, in which balance sheet we will enter this life membership fee, because we have two balance sheet. If they didn't mention the date, in that case we will take it as current year. Okay, so it will enter in current year balance sheet. So we can enter in current year balance sheet, liability side, life membership fee 5,500. Next item, donation. Here there is no mark. So this we can enter in income and expenditure account by donation 3,000. The next, entrance fee. This also an income. By default, we will enter here entrance fee 2,000. The last item, sundry receipts. It also an income. So this also we will enter here sundry receipts rupees 850. Next, payment side. First item, to wages. There is a mark here. That means some adjustments are there. So the amount will write in inner column rupees 6,500. We need to make 4 adjustment here. So I will keep a little space. Okay. Next, rent and rates rupees 1,800. This is an expense. So it will enter here to rent and rates rupees 1,800. And next, printing and stationery. This also revenue expenditure. This also we will write here to printing and stationery rupees 1,400. Then next, equipments rupees 5,000. Equipment is an asset. Here we put 2 marks. One mark indicate old balance and other mark indicates for depreciation. Okay. Equipment is an asset. This is related with the current year. So I will write here in current year balance sheet. Equipments. In this question, new equipments and old equipments are here. So first need to write old. So this is old. Then add new. Date is given in the question. Okay. Then why this date is given? It is given for providing depreciation. Okay. And the amount is rupees 5,000. And next item is books. Books is an asset, rupees 2,000. This we will enter in the current year's balance sheet. Books 2,000. Next, 8% fixed deposit rupees 10,000. This is also asset. This also we will record in the current year's balance sheet. There is a mark here. That means there is some adjustment related to this. Here the adjustment is to verify the interest. We will write in the current balance sheet 8% fixed deposit rupees 10,000. Date is given 1st April 2010. We need to calculate interest for this. Here percentage and date also given. Next, newspapers and periodicals rupees 3,200. this is an expense, so it will enter in the income and expenditure account to newspaper and periodicals, rupees 3200. Next, library expenses. This also an expense. This will enter in debit side of income and expenditure account to library expense, amount 3500. Then closing balance. This already be recorded in the current year balance sheet. Now all the items from receipt and payment account we entered. Next we can read the adjustments. The first adjustment is outstanding subscription for last year was rupees 500 and for current year it was rupees 800. Subscription received in advance last year was rupees 300 and during current year it was 1100. Here two outstandings are given. One related to current year and other belongs to last year. First we need to enter current year outstanding, then last year outstanding. So outstanding for the current year is rupees 800 and outstanding for the last year is rupees 500. We know current year outstanding we will add and last year outstanding we will deduct. So 800 plus and 500 minus. After this outstanding we can go advance. I will write current year first and then last year advance. Current year advance is rupees 1100 and last year advance is rupees 300. This also we know current year advance we will deduct and last year advance we will add. So 300 plus and 1100 minus. This is the four adjustments related to subscription. And the net amount 16,000 plus 800 minus 500 minus 1100 plus 300. That's equal to 15,500. Now here half effect is completed. That means the adjustments are entered in income and expenditure account. Now these outstanding and advances we need to show in the balance sheet also. Tell me, what you mean by outstanding income? Is it cash payable or cash receivable? It is cash receivable, right? Outstanding income means income due but not received. Same as accrued income. Income earned but not received. So it is an asset. Here both outstanding subscription is asset. We need to show in asset side of the balance sheet, right? But current year outstanding we will show in current year's balance sheet and previous year or last year outstanding we will show in the last year balance sheet. In this current year balance sheet we will write in asset side outstanding subscription rupees 800 and in previous year balance sheet outstanding subscription rupees 500. Outstanding income is an asset. Then advance income is liability. So this advance we will shown in the liability side of the balance sheet, right? In current year advance we will show in the current year balance sheet and in previous year advance or last year advance that will show in the last year balance sheet. In this current year balance sheet we will write advance subscription rupees 1100 and this previous year balance sheet we will write advance subscription rupees 300. Now first adjustment is over. Then Next adjustment, it's related with wages. During the year, wages amounted to rupees 700 were paid for year 2009 and rupees 300 were year to year 2010, and advance wages paid during 2010 were rupees 600 and 2009 it was rupees 400. In this year, we paid rupees 700 as wages, but this amount is related with 2009, or this amount is belongs to 2009. Indirectly, this is last year outstanding, correct? If it is 2009 or 2008 or 2007, these are last years, right? Our current year is 2010. So, 2007 is the last year. After that, rupees 300 were added for 2010. That means this year outstanding is rupees 300. First, I will write outstanding for current year and then outstanding for last year. Here, current year outstanding is rupees 300 and last year outstanding is rupees 700. And current year outstanding we need to add, and last year outstanding we will deduct, correct? Same we did in subscription also. Only the changes in side changes. Here it is in debit side, there subscription it is in credit side. Then continue the additional information. Advance wages paid during 2010 were rupees 600 and in 2009 it was rupees 400. These are the prepaid wages. One is for current year and other is belong to last year. I will write prepaid in current year rupees 600 and prepaid in last year rupees 400. Then prepaid in current year we will deduct and prepaid in last year we will add. So 600 minus 400 plus. The total effect is 6500 plus 300 minus 700 minus 600 plus 400. That's equal to 5900. Now half effect is over. We know outstanding expense is a liability. So this we will enter in balance sheet liability side. Current year outstanding we will enter in current year balance sheet, and last year outstanding we will enter in last year balance sheet. This current year balance sheet we will write outstanding wages rupees 300, and this last year balance sheet we will write outstanding wages 700. And if outstanding expense is a liability, then prepaid wages will be an asset, right? So this prepaid advance we will enter in asset side of balance sheet. In current year balance sheet we will enter prepaid wages rupees 600, and this last year balance sheet we can enter prepaid wages rupees 400. Now the second adjustment also completed. Next adjustment. On 1st January 2010, club had building rupees 40,000 and equipment rupees 10,000. Our current year is 2010, 1st January 2010 to 31st December 2010, right? Here the asset value is given on 1st January 2010. We know this is the closing value of building and equipment of last year, correct? This building is belongs to 2009. Okay, so this we will enter in the last year balance sheet. This is not the new assets. these are old assets. So this asset, first we need to enter in last year balance sheet. This asset belongs to last year. So in last year balance sheet, I will write here building rupees 40,000, equipment rupees 10,000. But this asset we can use not only in 2009 but also in 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, like that. But some value will decrease every year. That means we need to provide depreciation on the asset. That is only the change. So these assets, building and equipment, we can carry forward 2010. This building is the old value. So this equipment also the old value. So I will write here equipment old. Here already we wrote old rupees 10,000 and building rupees 40,000. We need to provide depreciation on building and equipment. So that's why I wrote the amount in inner column. See here, the old value of equipment 10,000 and new value 5,000, and the total value of equipment is rupees 15,000. Okay, then now we need to provide the depreciation on equipment and on building. They provide the information relating to depreciation. The last point, depreciation on building provided 10% and equipment 20%. So here first we need to provide the depreciation on building. The value of building is 40,000 and depreciation rate is 10%. So depreciation is 40,000 into 10%. That's equal to 4,000. This depreciation we can deduct from the building. Less depreciation 4,000. The amount would be 36,000. Next, we can calculate the depreciation on equipment. We have two equipments now. One is old and one is new. So we need to calculate the depreciation old separate and new separate. First, we can calculate the depreciation on old equipment. The value of old equipment is rupees 10,000 and the rate of depreciation is 20%. So the depreciation is 10,000 into 20%. That's equal to 2,000. Then calculate depreciation on new equipment. The value of the equipment is rupees 5,000 and the rate is same 20%. The date of purchase is given in the question, that is 30th September 2010. So we need to calculate depreciation only for 3 months. 30th November 2010 to 31st December 2010. Only 3 months we need to calculate the depreciation. Then the depreciation equal to 5,000 into 20% into 3 months, 3 by 12. That's equal to 250. So here depreciation will provide only for 3 months. The amount is 250 and the total amount of depreciation equal to 2,000 plus 250. That is equal to 2,250. This depreciation rupees 2,250 we need to deduct from the value of equipment. Then write here less depreciation 2,250. The net balance is 12,750. We know depreciation is an expense. So this depreciation we will shown in income and expenditure account. This is the current year expense. Okay, so in income and expenditure account, expenditure side to depreciation. Equipment 2,250, building 4,000, total 6,250. This is not a new adjustment. This is the adjustment related with the final accounts. Now all the adjustments in additional information we entered. But here one more adjustment is there, that is interest or interest on fixed deposit. Here interest we entered in inner column of the income and expenditure account. That means there is some adjustment. In our question, there is one fixed deposit is given, 8% fixed deposit. 8% fixed deposit means the interest rate is 8%. Here the interest also given, interest amount is 550, but we need to verify the interest. Okay, for this purpose the date and interest rate is given. Date is 1st April 2010. So we can calculate the interest on FD equal to 10,000 into 8% into the date. How many months we need to calculate the interest? From 1st April 2010 to 31st December 2010, 9 months. So into 9 by 12, that's equal to 600. Total interest is rupees 600, but here we received only 550, right? So 50 rupees is outstanding. 50 rupees is outstanding at the end of the current year. So we need to add this 50 rupees. Okay, here we can write add outstanding at the current year rupees 50 and total amount is 600. Is it okay? This 50 rupees is outstanding income of the current year. We know outstanding income is an asset. So we need to show this 50 rupees in balance sheet asset side. In the asset side of the current year balance sheet, we can write outstanding interest 50. Now the question is in finishing stage. So first we need to balance this income and expenditure account. Here credit side is more amount, 23,050. This 23,050 we will write in both sides, debit side and credit side, and the balance amount is rupees 1,000. This is the surplus. Okay, surplus is equal to net profit. Actually we will add this net profit with capital at the time of preparing final accounts, right? Here also we will add this surplus with the capital fund. So this surplus we will add with capital fund in current year balance sheet, but capital fund is not given in this question. Later we will calculate. Okay, so I will write here capital fund. Below this add surplus 1,000. Here capital fund figure is not mentioned in this question. No problem. We are preparing last year balance sheet, right? But this last year balance sheet is not tally. Here in the liability side only 700 plus 300, only rupees 1,000 is there. But in asset side lot of items are there. The total of asset side is rupees 58,900. In liability side only 1,000. We know balance sheet should be tally, right? Both sides should be equal. Okay, I will write this 58,900 in liability side also. We know asset equal to liabilities plus capital. Here the total of asset is 58,900 and liability is 1,000. So the remaining balance rupees 57,900 is the capital. Here the balancing figure is rupees 57,900. This balancing figure is the capital fund. Is it clear? And this capital fund should be the capital fund of current year 2010. So we can write in current year balance sheet capital fund 57,900. Now we got the capital fund. Then plus surplus 1000. The total amount is 58,900. Now we can total this balance sheet. In asset side, total amount is 65,800, and this liability side also 65,800. The balance sheet is tally, right? Both sides are equal. So now our question is completed.